What is going on, BenchWarmers? Welcome back to another episode, another phenomenal weekend of football. A lot of upsets, a lot of great results for some of our teams. Overall, a great weekend of footy. But before we kick things off, I just want to check in with you guys. How have you guys been? I haven't really seen much of you besides Edgar, who was it was your birthday, so happy birthday, happy belated birthday.
Oh, happy birthday! Yeah, happy belated, Edgar.
Happy birthday
to
you. Okay. Damn, but he didn't get his gift that kept on giving last year, which was Liverpool winning every single game that he could. But not this year. This year took a bad turn, but we'll get to that in a little bit. Aside from that, how has everybody else been though? Dyer, so you said you got your shot today? Your vaccine?
I got my vaccine right in the shoulder. Shoulder's a little sore. Took a couple hours, but I got it.
From the vaccine or something else?
He still sounds like a puto to me, man. That vaccine ain't work.
Well, let me know if you turn into the Hulk or anything, because I'm kind of curious. But,
I feel like I could play Fortnite a lot better now.
Oh my god!
I don't know what they give you a shot of then. But aside from that, how's everybody else been? You guys been good? You guys had a good weekend of football, footy action. The festive period is over.
Done.
It's no longer here.
It was one hell of a start of a year, that's for sure.
One hell of a start. Yo. Before we kick things off, I gotta tell you guys what happened to me yesterday. Not to me, but my surroundings yesterday. So as you know, I'm working in the city now. I was in the Bronx yesterday. I'm pulling up. I'm with some other guy. I'm gonna ride along. Pull up to a light. So people walking in front of us, just casually. This lady's just walking on her phone. A car, mind you, she's walking. A car going this way as well, same direction she is, turns into her lane and didn't fucking stop. Bro, like she hit the lady.
Oh shit.
And the lady fell on the hood, and I guess the lady in the car freaked out or something, hit the gas a little bit more, and then finally slammed on the brakes. And the chick went flying off the car. It was crazy. It was like a movie, bro. I swear.
Welcome to New
GTA,
York,
bro. Yo, dead ass.
GTA.
And I mean, fortunately, there was cops all over the place, so they all saw what happened. And the lady looked fine to me. She's getting a payday, but we were both saying bro, 2020 just finished, and this is how you start the new fucking year. That sucks.
I mean, that does sound like you were running over Nico in GTA the other day when you guys were screaming out.
Yeah, but he was screaming out of laughter. This where he was screaming out of pure fear and pain. So that's a little bit different.
Jesus.
Look, I just hope she's okay and she's healthy.
She seemed
no
fine.
Broken bones.
Yeah, she seemed fine. Hopefully she is okay. But I mean, dude, it's been a crazy couple of days now that I'm working in the city. Today I had birria tacos. I was telling you guys earlier that those tacos were on point. We were talking about with Marco earlier. We went to this other birria spot. Was it last year, Marco, that we went to?
Summer this year.
The summer?
It was the first time we were literally going out.
But yo, birria tacos, for anybody who doesn't know, it's a long process to do. Diego, do you want to break it down for them real quick? That's more of your territory.
So, I mean, basically, you just if you're a fan of deep frying stuff, just so it tastes even greasier and more wholesome, then the birria tacos are gonna be for you. Honestly.
Slamming.
Yeah,
it's so good.
When
Marco and I first had it, it was not so good. It was a horrible experience. It tasted like somebody got the little water residue that's in the ketchup bottles and you squirted it out and just warmed it up for us so we can dip our tortillas in. That's how it tasted. Today, these tacos that I had at, I believe it's called Birria Landia, if I'm not mistaken. Oh man. I don't know how I'm doing this right now. I don't know how I'm on the recording right now because I am ready to pass the fuck out.
Yeah, you gotta bring me something next time. That sure sounds good.
I've
never had that.
I never had it either. I never had it either, but I'm not in the Queens, so this is one shot only. So unless I go back there just for tacos, which I probably won't, probably will, but that will be in the future. But yeah, that's my taco story. But that's enough food and drama and suspense talk, right? Let's talk about some footy. Before we get into that, Josue, where can you hear us?
Why you gotta put me on the spot, man?
You said you wanted to start. I thought you were ready to go.
I was ready to go at 7:30, and then I lost focus.
Wow.
But they could hear us on Spotify, Instagram, YouTube.
Edgar trying to keep it coming. Yeah, not to laugh right now. I mean, technically speaking, you can hear us on Spotify, Instagram, and YouTube. So you aren't wrong.
Yes.
You aren't wrong. But all right.
I'll help out Josue. I'll give him the assist.
Please.
Kane to Human Son. You can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts by searching BenchWarmers FC.
And Marco, where can they watch us?
They can watch us on YouTube at BenchWarmers FC TV.
And a smug, where can they email us to wish you happy birthday?
I don't want to hear shit from anybody because I'm probably going to get fucking bashed in the emails. But if you do want to email us, even though I won't see it, bench@benchwarmersfc.com.
Thank you for that.
I'll be that first email.
And last but not least, Nico, we're going to give us a comment.
Check all that content on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at BenchWarmersFC1. The number one.
Oh, thanks for clarifying that, actually.
See, that's a good point. That's what I meant.
That's a good point. Oh, I thought you were saying that. I didn't hear you. I'm sorry. I wasn't listening. But yeah, so let's kick it off with the first game of the weekend. We're going to do a little bit different this time around. We're going to kind of talk about our teams as a whole in the current, I guess, form they're in, everything that's going on off and on the pitch. So we'll kick off with Diego. Diego, you guys had a good weekend. Want to talk about it?
Yeah, it was United's, I guess, turning moment, I feel. I think this was like a very pivotal moment where they're leading up to playing the game in hand, and there's all this talk about the game less that they haven't played, and then chasing the pack and whatever. I think Aston Villa, to talk about them as like a legitimate team and them being like a difficult team to beat, and seeing the damage that they've inflicted Aston Villa against other top six clubs, beating them was definitely I think it was one of those grind out results. Like the last two games, actually, Wolves and Aston Villa. If you're gonna have a team that's gonna push towards, not just, I'm not saying winning a title, it's gonna push towards the top of the table. You have to show that. You got to show that.
Do you think United are title contenders? And look, don't be conservative. We're here for a reason. We're here to make a point, to say our opinions, to say, yes, we're going to win it. No, we're going to lose it. And if we're wrong, deny it. Deny it like you never said it before. But if you're right, you blow the shit out of it.
I mean, it works for me.
Or you do the Marco. When I'm wrong, I'm wrong. When I'm right, I'm right.
Exactly.
It works either way. You have options, Diego. You have options. Whatever you say, just go with it, bro.
Listen, man, I'm not being – I would have been conservative about this 5 games in. I think – being in this position at December, any team would have taken their odds to put down money if they were going to win the title, honestly. There are some conservative pundits and accounts and other fans and stuff like that that are like, oh, I'm superstitious about saying the T word. I'm not going to say the T word until all right. I understand that maybe if United are in this position 30 games in, it would be very much realistic. But I feel like also if you wait until 30 games in to be like, okay, I'm going to put my skin on in the game, I'm going to put something to lose out here. I think that's a little bit of a scapegoat. So I'm ordering my open top bus for May. I'm going to be on it with my flags. I'm going to put money down. I think United, this is going to come back to bite me in the ass if we end up 10th. But listen, if we fall, I'm going to fall with my team. I'm 10 toes down. I'm going to follow my team. That can put this come May and make me put the freaking clown emoji over my face and put circus music and whatever. I don't care. It's been a long time coming for United to be in this position at all. So I'm going to enjoy it for what it is instead of being a negative Nancy. Because that's the other thing, too. I've talked with some United fans. I'm not going to name names. But I've talked with some United fans that are giving me that pessimism, like, nah, I'm going to wait for them to slip up, or no, they're going to drop in the table. They're going to drop in the standings. And they've gone up since then. Since November, since losing to Spurs, which I think was their lowest point this season, that home loss to Spurs, United have looked great. So I'm just doing this to stick it to all the negative Nancy's that call themselves United fans. I think United's going to make the push for the title. That's it. I'm putting it down there. I wish I had some sound effects to drop a bomb or whatever, but that's my take. I think United can actually make a push to go all the way.
Marco, can you please find a Hot 97 bomb sound effect? please.
Yeah.
Throw that in there. But I mean, wow. You heard it here first, everybody. Diego has ordered the open top bus
I drank the Kool Aid. I've drank the Kool Aid.
Listen, man.
I've injected pure olive juice to my veins, baby. Those Bruno pens coursing through my veins right now. I've bought in.
What was that? Was that a pen this weekend, by the way?
For
Pogba?
For Pogba, a lot of people are gonna argue about that, but the fact that there's an angle where it shows that he got his leg kicked out from under him, yes, I'm gonna say yes. Any other player that would have had that contact, even the commentators said it themselves that they were doubtful. Once they saw the replay, they're like, okay, the contact on his leg, him pulling his arm, the motion of obstructing the player's run, Pogba's run, that's enough to call a penalty. And the thing is, this isn't just the referee saying it. We have a room full of people that are going to call it. And like I've said before, those decisions either are going to fuck you over or they're going to benefit you. And no matter what it is, you got to take them as they come. So if VAR decides that it's going to be a freaking toenail offside, then it's a toenail offside. If you're on the receiving end or if you're on like the beneficial end or if it screws you over, you know, that's just a matter of what the game is right now. And I think it's just going with the punches that VAR deals out. If you get hit, you get hit. And if the other person gets hit, you may as well take it and run with it. So...
Well, there's a lot of shout that United aren't getting hit with the VAR calls. In fact, they're getting assisted with the VAR calls.
What's your thoughts on that?
I haven't seen the game. I haven't seen the fouls. I haven't seen any of the calls made. I know Les Smug and I talked about this before. Les Smug, if you want to jump in and, you know, give him your 2 cents real quick. I know you're kind of serious over there, but by all means, you know, just is VAR helping United out or
no? I think VAR. I believe VAR is adjudicating the decisions that need to be made right for players that are fouled in the box, period. And we see that because Leicester City, with Vardy, with Barnes, with Tielemans, players that cut into the box and get fouled and they win those fouls, that's why they have the most penalties awarded this season. Nobody's talking about that. And we need to, that's something that needs to be addressed. They've had 10 penalties already awarded at this point of the season. Nobody else has more. But no one wants to talk about Leicester City. They'd rather talk about United. Why? Because it generates clicks, it generates traffic, it gets people talking. It's the buzzword, oh, Penchester. Listen, I've gotten used to it. And I know that if a player like Bruno scoring penalties consistently were on another team, I would be butthurt too. But again, we've seen De Bruyne miss them this season. We've seen Salah miss penalties this season. We've seen good players miss penalties. Don't give me that face. Don't give me that face, Nico. Salah missed. He got saved. He missed the pen this season. He got saved. Yes, he did. These two players have gotten penalties either saved or missed completely like De Bruyne. So if you have a player that puts him into the net, I'm going to take that.
Can't answer.
Diego struck a nerve. Diego struck a nerve right now.
The last time he missed, I believe Brighton at home in 2017 or 18.
Salah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know exactly which game it was, or do we have to have somebody go fact check that?
If I'm not correct, if it's Brighton, I think it's Huddersfield or Cardiff. But I think it's between Huddersfield or Brighton.
So it's definitely a blue team.
Yeah.
Listen, man, we saw it. I'll even put Jorginho in there. Jorginho got a freaking penalty save just 2 weeks ago. I know all three of them have either missed or they've gotten their shot blocked.
That's because Jorginho skipping to the fucking ball doesn't work anymore.
Bruno skips too.
Yeah.
That the technique isn't for everybody.
Anyways, what's next? I mean, look, I know Diego just struck a nerve with Nico right now, but looks like
I'm cool. It was Huddersfield. Yeah, Huddersfield at home.
All right. Well, as that gets confirmed, United are tied with Liverpool on top of the table with a game in hand. Before we get into the Liverpool discussion, because that was the last game of this game week, and there's a lot to talk about this in general, let's take it over to Josue and your Tottenham side. You guys won 3-0 against Leeds. Are very inconsistent. For a team that everybody was excited about, they're
very inconsistent. But I wouldn't say they're pretty shit though. They're just really inconsistent.
Isn't that bad though?
Of course it's bad.
Either they win by 5 goals or they lose by 5 goals.
Yeah.
Or they score like a good amount of goals, like how they lost to Liverpool in the first game of the season 4-3.
So what Jose is saying is they're not bad, they're just not good.
They're like average. They're definitely a mid-table team. They're average.
Oh, well, that's where we are, so whatever.
That's it. But overall, it was a great win. You know, I was a little doubtful on that game because, you know, the coach of Leeds United and Leeds, they're pretty inconsistent, but you know, they show up out of nowhere. It's either you're going to get the good leads coming up or the bad leads coming up, and we fortunately we got the bad leads. But other than that, New Year, at the end of the year, Spurs haven't done well at all. You know, after the draw against Chelsea, we drew to Crystal Palace, we lost to Liverpool, we drew Wolves. Who else did we lose to? I forget who was the other team that we lost. Leicester. We lost to Leicester. So in the month of December, it was just a poor run, and then you know the new year pretty much. It was a good start. It was a good start, especially you know we beat Leeds, and then today we won in the Carabao Cup to go into the finals, and now we await either one of the Manchester teams. Right? Is that correct? But overall, I feel like Mourinho. His defensive mindset is a little, I don't know. I just don't know how it is because like we just get caught off guard. Like for example, in the Wolves match, I mean, I know I wasn't in the podcast for the past few shows, but in the Wolves match, we take the lead, and then all Mourinho wants to do is keep that 1-0 lead, and it hasn't been working. It has not been working. And then against Leeds United, it worked. So I don't know what it is how that works for Tottenham, and I'm trying to figure out like how did that Mourinho tactic work for other teams, but it's not working for us. I just don't get it. But we are in 4th place, 29 points, 4 points behind the leaders of Liverpool United. We have a game in hand over Liverpool. Because of the match against Fulham that didn't happen due to COVID. But I don't know. I still am trying to figure out what Mourinho's trying to do a little bit.
So they just won, just to interject, they just won their game today for the Carabao Cup against Brentford. It was a little shaky. Brentford did their best, but they won 2-0. Is this EFL Cup the closest that Mourinho's going to get to winning a trophy with Spurs? Or do you think they can go on to actually get something more?
I think they could still get something more. Europa League, FA Cup, even the league title. I mean, the league title is still right there. We're not even halfway of the season. We're coming close. But you know, we're still contenders. We're only 4 points off.
I thought you guys won it like 2 months ago when you were in first place for like 2 weeks.
I never said we won it.
Oh, it definitely came off that way. All Spurs fans, oh my God, we're in first place, and then I won the league, and now.
Because what did I say? Ask me after week 10 and see what I think about Spurs.
You said yes. You said yes.
I said we're winning the league. Yes, I said it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna keep that. All right.
Listen, man. If United don't win, I'm gonna get clowned anyway. So I'm gonna go down with my ship. So
I gotta find a Curb Enthusiasm background
song. Oh
yeah, that shit is perfect. Whenever somebody says something like, "Oh shit," that bit me in the ass. But I mean, overall, good. I guess good results from Tottenham back in 4th place. I did see Dele Alli is supposed to be staying at Spurs now. It looks like Mourinho doesn't want to let him go.
Mourinho, he feels like Dele Alli has potential, and he does. He just needs to show it. He needs to, you know, show Animo that he wants to be there, that he wants to play, that he could be better than Lo Celso, better than Ndombele. But at the moment, Ndombele has been doing really well. Luckily for him, Lo Celso is injured, unfortunately for Tottenham, because he is a great player. But Dele Alli, he could be a great player and better than both of them combined. Like from what he showed back in 2015, 2016. But he just, I don't know, is it inconsistency and his passion? I just don't feel it from him. So I don't know why Mourinho wants to keep him. So I mean, I will go as far. I wouldn't want to sell Dele Alli, but I will go as far to take him out on loan.
Kind of get him playing again, get his confidence. I can see that. You guys have a good game coming up, not this weekend, but the following weekend, I believe, against Aston Villa. It looks like so. That's gonna be a good matchup for you guys. We'll see what's
we're away. I think we're away at Villa.
So. Correct. So we'll see which Tottenham side shows up if Mourinho continues with his 1-0 tactics, but good on you guys, 4th place. Hopefully that continues to drop a little bit further down for us for the year.
Listen, if United beat Aston Villa, we could beat Aston Villa, and and also that means Liverpool will finish below United and Tottenham because if I remember correctly, Liverpool lost 7-2 in that match against Villa. So, yeah.
Wow. Wait, 7-2 against United? United?
No, Liverpool beat
Villa.
Yeah,
I was saying, I was confused for a second.
Damn, Villa's a tough team, man. I don't know, dude.
They are a tough team. But Spurs started out the year right, so I have full confidence.
Well,
I just don't have confidence in Mourinho's tactics, but I have confidence in Spurs.
Okay, fair enough. So Spurs are looking good. One person I can tell you I have confidence in is Arteta, and it's trying to show off. We'll go into the Arsenal West Brom game where Arsenal won 4-0. One person who hasn't been on the score sheet though, which is alarming, but at the same time, I'm not, hitting the alarm yet, I guess, is Aubameyang, because the likes of Lacazette are finally scoring again, which is what you need when your main striker isn't scoring, have your other striker scoring. That's what Liverpool had last season, and before that, which when Salah wasn't scoring, Mane was scoring, and vice versa. So now we're starting to finally see that. Hopefully, it continues. Going into the next games. Saka has been looking phenomenal, in my opinion, one of the best, if not the best young players in the league right now. Tierney stepped it up with probably one of the goals of the week. Again, of course, I'm being biased. I don't care, but yes, it was West Brom. Credit to them. This is a game we should be winning on the books, but to walk away with a 4-0 win convincingly, it felt good. Finally, Marco, I don't know how you feel, but it finally felt nice to kind of get a sequence of wins back to back. We won against Chelsea, we won against Brighton. Now we beat West Brom. Now the narrative has changed in a matter of a few weeks. It went from Arteta out to Lampard out. So it kind of goes to show that this is a business strictly based on results, and for us to kind of get these results in the past 3 games, it feels good, a relief off our shoulders. But how do you feel?
I mean, it's good that we won the last 2 games of the year and we won the first one of the year. From here on out, it just needs to be consistent, man. We started off really well. We went 7 games without winning a game, and then we walked away with 3 wins straight. So from here on out, it just has to be consistent. Keep on doing the same thing that we're doing now. We're playing with the 4 in the back. We're no longer doing the 5, which I personally like. We're bringing in a kid that we have had since the beginning, but we didn't have the confidence in him. Now he's shown that he's worth it. I'm talking about Smith Rowe.
Also very injury prone.
He is, but I mean, take advantage of him as much as we can right now.
Yeah, that's why he hasn't played a lot, because he was always hurt, unfortunately.
Yeah. But I mean, bro, right now is to keep the consistency, bring in a player or 2 if you can, get rid of the debt weight. We already started to, but we have so much that get rid of it, and then we'll see, bro. I have a feeling that we'll definitely make it to the top 6.
Oh, that's a fair shout. So currently Arsenal are sitting at 11th place. We are just 6 points behind Southampton. So it's not a far cry to say top 6. Even top 4, because top 4 is 29 points as well. So
yeah,
it's still there. What's up?
No, I was gonna say I think you're also tied with other teams. Like I think 2 or 3 other teams.
Yeah. So to give you the full scope of 23 pointers is Arsenal and Leeds at 23, West Ham, Chelsea, Aston Villa at 26, Everton, Southampton, Man City, Spurs at 29, Leicester at 32, and United and Liverpool at 33 each. So the table is still intense. It's still tight. I'm not saying Arsenal aren't any type of title race, but we are pushing for that European position, whether it be Champions League or Europa. I'm over Europa. I want Champions League back, but if you get Europa, it's the best league in the world. Can't really complain. But I'm happy the way that the team is looking right now. Unfortunately, we got rid of Saliba, who is the young prospect that we've been kind of molding to be our next main guy. He went out to Nice, so he's no longer with us for this season at least. We got rid of Kolasinac, to your point, Marco. Looks like Ozil is making some shouts to DC United. There is some ongoing negotiations going right now. So we'll see if that actually does happen. But next, who do Arsenal have? Let me tell you right now. So see how the next results can actually either benefit us or hurt us, because, you know, when we lose bad. When we win bad for the most part. But next we have Crystal Palace. It's not an easy game. We're at home, so we'll see. But aside from that, it should be kind of easy peasy from there. Well,
listen, it is the Premier League. You cannot say like it's going to be easy.
No, I'm not
peasy.
saying we're going to win it. Like, oh yeah, we're going to get 3 points. But I'm saying like it should be on paper games that we should win.
Correct.
Are we going to win them all? Of course not. Of course not. We wouldn't be in 11th place if that was the case. But
right, and
if the form continues, the next games are ones that we should be winning if our form stays.
All right. Well, I'm going to go back to like the gap between where Arsenal is and Liverpool. And you say Arsenal has 23 and Liverpool has 33.
Correct.
That's a 10-point gap. And we're not even halfway through the season. And I'm not an Arsenal fan, but Arsenal has actually shown potential to move up into the table. Just like how United, after their 6-2 loss, like Diego said, against Spurs, they started moving up into the ranks.
Correct.
Spurs started dropping. Chelsea is dropped like a fucking sack of potatoes. But I'm just saying, like, I'm still afraid of all these teams that are in the top 10 that could get up there in the Champions League and make a run.
Guys. To your point, where 11th place, Dyer, I just said that, not top 10.
Guys,
I knew that. I'm sorry.
I just want to know how Chelsea fans will take London rival calling them all potatoes. But
guys, please, before you stop talking about Arsenal, I do have to say something. Stop talking nice about Arsenal. I've noticed that in this year, every time we talk good about a team, it backfires because the next week
that's
we
why
start doing shit.
Doing.
So
that's
I need you guys to start talking shit about Arsenal so we can continue this way for the next couple of games. Thank you.
Yo, Marco almost sounded like my dad yelling at me right now.
Daddy.
Like
me? Nico, can we get a real quick Arsenal or trash?
Nah. I like Arsenal. Arsenal is a good team.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah,
we're fucking shit. We're fucking shit.
On a real note, I don't mind Arsenal.
Since Erik started singing that, you guys have won 3 games on the bounce.
Oh my god!
Yeah, Arsenal is not the black trash bag; they're the golden trash bag. That's it.
Oh yeah, the gold trash bag.
By the way, but yeah, man.
Hey, I want to get Erik. Please get Leonid into this conversation right now, bro. Please,
yes, please.
Because I don't want Nico to fall asleep on us.
I'm over here yawning.
What I was gonna say right now was that's all I have on Arsenal. That's all we have on our teams. We'll save the Chelsea City for the very, very, very last. Let's get into the result that caught everybody off guard, that gave United the title. I want you guys to hear me when I say that. If United win, you guys handed them the title. Liverpool fans, Liverpool players, Liverpool club handed United the title.
Liverpool
Southampton
B
won.
Gave it to Liverpool A.
Southampton won. Liverpool nil. So much for Liverpool B playing Liverpool A. To Marco's point. So let's mug. Let Nick take it away.
Leonid.
Leonid go. Leonid go.
I gotta put my volume up for this.
This is what happens. All right, it's a conspiracy. That's what's going down.
A conspiracy.
You don't want to believe it. You don't want to believe it. Y'all don't want to believe it. But I got it from a good source that this was done on purpose.
His neighbor.
Can you let me talk? What's going on is that there is no seats, nobody in the stadiums. There is no money. The only money is from TV revenue. If the gap between Liverpool and the rest of the league turns into what it turned into 5 months ago when we were ahead by 20 points, nobody was watching. They were all going to Serie A. They were all watching PSG. They were all watching the Bundesliga. There's going to be no money for the EPL. So Liverpool had to take a loss to keep it interesting. And what's more interesting than Liverpool versus Manchester United, the biggest rivalry in the world? That's what everybody says. It's much better than whatever's going on in Spain right now. I mean, the other one would be Real Madrid and Barcelona, but Barcelona are shit. So nobody's watching La Liga. Nobody cares about watching Atletico Madrid. Nobody cares about watching Bayern win it all over again. PSG, a little bit, but it's a farmers league. Come on. And Serie A is a competition right now. Everybody wants to see Juventus lose it. Everybody wants to see if Ronaldo can do it. What's bigger than that? Liverpool fighting it out with Manchester United. Guess what? Liverpool took the loss to keep it interesting. Peace. I'm out of here.
So
how long did
he
that
just make
take
the
you?
claim that Liverpool are the Robin Hood of the EPL? Like,
no, Diego, he literally pulled the biggest clop I've ever seen. I've never seen the worst excuse than Leonard. I mean, it makes sense. He's a Liverpool fan because Klopp makes excuses. Now Leonard's making excuses. He just follows his leader. You know.
Yeah.
You are what you consume. He's
Put that song in the background.
And the Leonard has left the building.
He knows. I know he's mad right now because I just compared him to Klopp, and he's so mad right now because of
Wait, did he seriously leave?
He's still there somewhere.
He's not on screen though.
Well,
but I would like to give the floor to Nico because we don't want to let him get counted out.
I mean, I'll talk about the recent game or whatever. I mean, yeah, it's just a bunch of you know how in pro clubs we always press X down the wing, and, it gets cleared out every time. So that's how we're playing like the last 3 games, and I don't think the play style will change just because we've like dominated the league and won a European Cup in the last 2 years. So I don't think the play style will change, but something definitely needs to change. I don't see us honestly like. I think we'll challenge for the title, but I don't see us winning it if we don't sign a center back, just because we Henderson is like he can't change the game from the back. I mean, we saw it yesterday, especially with the set piece where they scored off of. He kept everyone on side. Although Trent also, I don't know what the hell he was doing on that goal, but yeah, if we sign a center back, I think we have a better chance just because Henderson can also. I think him and Thiago can definitely dictate a lot more games. But I don't know what's going on, to be honest. Like, the defense is fine, but the attacking third is just like, I don't know what's going on, to be honest. Like, I don't know what happened between the smashing Palace 7-0 to 1-1 West Brom. Like, I don't know what happened.
Diego and I were talking. I think it was yesterday. We were saying we were looking at the stats that kind of came out for the Liverpool Southampton game, and one thing that stood out to both of us was Trent Alexander's performance in that game. And I think it was a total of 28 turnovers.
38.
38. I'm sorry, 38 turnovers.
How is that not done on purpose? You know he did that on purpose. Had to give it away to give away the point.
Klopp. I'm sorry, Leonard. Enough with the excuses.
I really would love to put Edgar in front of the camera.
I really want Edgar to come back because I really want to ask him about the whole Klopp situation. Like, we have to get his opinion on that. But Nick, what's your thoughts on that, man? You saw the comments he made, but where do you come up with that? Like, why is that even a talking point in a press conference?
Wait, which one? About like the Man United and the Pens?
Yeah. Dale, do you know what the exact quote was?
Yeah. He was asked about like the performance of his team, and he was saying that listen, instead of him making a point about the penalty that he feels Mane should have gotten. That he felt Mane deserved. I think he would have been better off talking about maybe the referee making a different decision or the game being affected differently or VAR looking at it from a different angle. But instead, he just took a complete left turn like the Fast and Furious meme. And he just said, well, I know United have gotten more penalties than us since I've been here in 2 seasons and I've been here for 5.5 seasons. And a lot of people were left confused as to, okay, this is the post-match for Southampton, Liverpool, and you're bringing a third team into the conversation.
I mean, Klopp is one of the biggest managers in the world, so he'll always trying to bring something up to try to influence something like what Pep does with the scoreboard or with the substitution board.
Yeah, so but Klopp is
Klopp right there. He's right there.
Klopp is now becoming like
the funny thing about Klopp though. He'll be like, all right, whatever. The grass was to blame for today, but all credit to the other team. So he'll make like an excuse, but then he'll give credit to the other team right after it. So it's just kind of funny how he does that.
It's like a backhanded compliment. It's like saying to somebody who wears glasses, your glasses are nice, but your face is ugly.
Are you talking to me right now?
Oh, you are underneath me. No, but so I wasn't asked you. I wasn't asked you. Oh, so I see what you're saying. That Klopp is kind of throwing wood to the fire right now to kind of get that rivalry, that Liverpool United game more intense, just because it may bring his players to come out playing more, or it's just him pulling Mourinho tactics.
Yeah, probably. We saw him calling out his players in his post-match interview. He did say the players weren't added today. Like, this is like I was part of the result today, but also the players had a big part. So I mean, we saw it. So maybe he was trying to come out and say, try to get his players to move.
All right, Edgar, Leonard, please. I want your real thoughts, man. I know there's conspiracies going around, but
you just heard his real thoughts.
Look, Edgar's not. I know he's somebody who strictly believes on what's in front of him, and Marco knows that. I know that Diego. He's proven that to us point and point again. For him to go to conspiracies is his way to avoid talking.
For a minute, I thought he was gonna have the cone.
You said that I believe exactly what's in front of me. This is what's in front of me. You guys are the sheep. You don't see what's going on. That's what's happening.
Yo, someone please. I know he got a year older, but it's a little too young to start having dementia and all that kind of stuff, man.
Edgar, so
how does Mane not get that penalty called, but Pogba for tripping himself gets a penalty called? That's a conspiracy. There you go. Proved.
That's a conspiracy. That's just the luck of the game.
No, but seriously though, what are your thoughts on what Klopp said about the whole United situation? Because that was, again, when we were talking about that made no sense to us. Like, why would that be even a talking point for this?
Honestly, he's a terrible deflector. He's trying to pull a Mourinho, but he can't. He shouldn't even try. Mourinho knows how to deflect. Klopp is very bad at it. Shows his feelings way too easily, and you can see right through it. So that's how you know.
I agree with that a little bit, because right after he said that, he did.
What? I don't get it.
Oh man,
who is that supposed to be?
It's Edgar's face.
What?
On
it looks like Messi. Does anyone else think it looks like Messi?
It does look like Messi.
It does look like Messi.
If Klopp and Edgar have a kid, it might be Messi.
He did say after at the end of the quote, after his whole little spiel about the penalty count between United and in his tenure at Liverpool, he ended it with, "Oh, but we have no excuses for tonight." So to Edgar's point, he does show his emotions way too quickly. If that was Mourinho, he would have gone in with a freaking stat sheet ready. He would have had freaking a chart or a slideshow on his phone. He would have had his freaking maybe his assistant manager bring him an iPhone so he could replay one of United's latest penalties. He would have gone all in for the agenda. And I think, honestly, Edgar has it right. I think it was a failed attempt at deflecting. And that's something that Solskjaer even said in his press conference today before their game tomorrow against City for the EFL Cup semi. He was saying that, possibly it could have been, like Nico said, it could have been maybe a way for Klopp to call media attention to, or for the officials to call attention to United and to the calls that they get through VAR or what have you. And something similar happened when they played Chelsea in the FA Cup last season. Someone said something about oh yeah, United and penalties, because that was the hot take to say during that time. And then Chelsea got away with however many fouls without even a card or anything like that. Something crazy. But to Edgar's point, I think he's right. I think it was an attempt at just deflecting for a poor performance that Southampton took advantage of. And also, no one's gonna call out Hasenhuttl either for his. I
was gonna bring that up.
His wind tears.
As a Liverpool fan, did that hurt you guys, or is that more did you guys get all right, you understood it where it came from?
Absolutely understood it. Absolutely know what's going on. Absolutely know that he's gonna be the next manager of Liverpool. Done.
Oh, good Lord. We all know.
Edgar was I don't know where that came from. Even Edgar knows that he doesn't know where that came from.
He's the Alpine Klopp. He's the Alpine Klopp. It's already been said. He already showed the emotion. 7 years from now, when Klopp leaves, if he's ready,
he started crying because he knew he got the job in 5 years' time. So
oh my God. Yo, these guys are Yo, these Liverpool fans
bro.
are already saying Klopp out, bring this guy in right now.
Look, all right, whatever, man. I got one question.
They're definitely the first ones to do it,
like
even though if it's
games.
5 years and a half.
I have one more question. I know you guys have Thiago back, and even though he was on for a few minutes, he looked like a man playing against kids right now. It's crazy how good this guy is.
All right.
But what's up, Josue?
No, I was gonna make a comment about Thiago, but keep going. Sorry.
No, what's your comment? I'm not gonna.
It's just that Thiago came from a Spanish league and a German league, two leagues from two dominant teams where they are pretty slow in the game. I'm not saying they're like fast paced or like too slow paced, but like the pace in those leagues are nothing compared to what it is in the Premier League. He's not used to it. Just like how Werner said he was not used to like the competitive in the Premier League compared to Germany.
Yeah, Werner sucks though.
Yeah, Werner's trash.
Werner's trash. My point is that Thiago, he doesn't look like the same Thiago that I saw at Barcelona and Bayern Munich.
I don't know, man. I kind of disagree with you.
Let us talk about this one. Let us talk about this one. The thing is, he's getting injured. He's not got the pace of a fit player. He's just coming back from a pretty fucking bad injury from Richarlison, which was many weeks ago. So
that's true.
Even Ox wasn't at pace. Timo Werner has no excuses. He's been playing week in and week out. Thiago just got back in. I think it was a mistake by Klopp to put him in because he wasn't up to speed. And to put two players that haven't been playing in the midfield, definitely not working. Henderson should have been in there. Henderson would have been pacing place. Putting the pace in, and they both got suffocated, and then Henderson couldn't do anything from the back. Too late for that. So that's it.
Listen, Thiago is a great player, and he's definitely one to watch for the remainder of the season. I want him to prove me wrong right now, because I still don't think like he's gonna be the same Thiago that he's at Bayern Munich or Barcelona.
Did you want him to do good right now?
No,
are you switching teams?
I want
Liverpool now. Happening on camera.
I want him to prove me wrong that he could still he could take on the Premier League. But I still want Liverpool to lose.
Didn't he break a record after his first game?
I couldn't care less if he could take on the Premier.
I don't remember that record.
Pretty sure he broke a record his first game, like for most chances created in a half or some shit.
I don't remember that record. I think that's shredded.
I remember something like that.
I'm pretty sure he did.
It was against Chelsea away.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure his first game he broke a record for. I mean, whatever. That wasn't where I was gonna go with that, but Josue made some shots, took some shots at Thiago. Now my question to Nico and Edgar, as the final Liverpool question I have for you guys: with Thiago back, with the transfer window ahead of you guys, who knows if you're gonna sign anybody? You guys know more than I do, but do you think you guys will be united to the title? Because Diego said they're winning it.
Nico, go ahead. I know what I'm going to wrap up with. What's your view?
You say United, like United only?
Well, Diego said they're winning it. So the only other person on top of them is you guys. I'm not going to say Arsenal going to win it because we're not even near there. You guys are there.
I don't know, man. Like, to be honest, if we don't sign a center back, probably not. To be honest, probably not. It's just like it's tough. Like we saw, there's three midfielders playing in the back line. I mean, that's just not good enough. So I mean, if United, as they say, United going to win it, they're going to be in first place. If we don't sign a center back, we'll probably be in second and third. So probably not if we don't sign a center back.
Nico's eating the humble pie right now. I respect that, Nico. Very, very, very humble right now.
I mean, I never talk like crazy about like Liverpool. I'll be like, yo, blah.
Let's see what Leonard has to say.
Yeah, let's see what Leonard.
Diego can talk all he wants. He knows all day he's going to be in third place. You know why that is? Because we're all sleeping on Manchester City right now. They got 2 games in hand. If you count those both wins, 35 points, they're top of the league. That puts us in second, them in third. That's what we need to talk about right now.
But Eric said United finishing first.
My point is that he shouldn't even be focusing on them being first. United being first. It should be Manchester City, the one that we got to be worrying about.
Did you notice how the game was Southampton, Liverpool, and a third team was brought up? The same thing Edgar did. The question was United, Liverpool, and he brought up the third team. Come on, man.
Just the third team we should both be worrying about. They're trying to pin us against each other. You're lucky if you get into the top 4.
Well, I was worried about Man United.
For too many years, we've been worrying about other teams. I think it's time that myself as a United fan, I worry about my own team, my own club's success. I'm not looking in the rearview mirror because
what is that,
again,
Team Bar?
like bantering
Team
other
Bar?
teams or
Barchester?
doing stuff like that.
Yeah, Team Barchester. Got it. Varchester, that's right. Make sure you keep getting those penalties.
Listen, bro, sip your tea. I'm gonna sip my tea. Sip your tea, bro. You wish you had someone that could be as clinical as Bruno. It's all good.
I wish I had someone as clinical as the refs to keep calling them for you.
Listen, I mean, if you want to add that to your conspiracy of the league being bought and Liverpool being Robin Hood and the TV
you needed the points. You needed the points.
And the revenues happening and
well,
we can't be all as fortunate as you to keep the money and have all the money to throw around as you guys do.
I think
again, the question was, what is Liverpool gonna do to win this season to be united to the title? And then the conspiracy came up with City. So
Noid has left the building for a second time today.
So with that wraps up our clubs. We'll just finish it off real quickly. We are way over our time, but we'll just a nice send off for all of us here. Chelsea losing, Lampard out. The trend has started. Man City thrash. Chelsea, was it 3-0? I think it was
3-0. Right? It could have been 4 or 5. Honestly,
could have been 4 or 5. Chelsea have, I think, are a few points off from where they were at Edgar's house. So I annoyed later, man. I think they're a few points off from where they were this time last season, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm not gonna go by that because you look at us, for example. But how do you guys feel about Lampard, man? Is he done? Apparently, he's on thin ice already.
Look, I'm just going to say what Roy Keane said on Sky Sports that – oh, no, not Roy Keane. Jamie Carragher. He said that Lampard had 12 months to experience the coaching at Derby County. Look at Steven Gerrard. He's still at Rangers. Arteta had his time with Man City. Zidane with Madrid under Ancelotti. Like, Lampard was too quickly brought up into Chelsea. So, yes, I think his time is up. He was brought up too quickly. His coaching experience is not there yet. It's just not there yet. Like he still needed a couple more years, maybe with Derby or maybe with a smaller club team in the Premier League. But I think he will be the first coach in the top 10 to be sacked.
Wow.
I don't think
Marco says no.
I don't think so, man. I mean,
I honestly wish we had a Chelsea guy here.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's proven us one too many times that when he's down, it's only one way and it's up. I mean, he's doing exactly the same thing that Oli has done in the past. Is he has that 1-2 games that he's almost out, and for some reason they win, and the conversation is goes in a different direction, and they win 2, 3, 4, 5 games, and then they start losing 2, 3 games again. So that's just going to continue happening throughout this year. I mean, next year I could see it. This year he's going to walk away with I don't know, top 6, let's say, and he's not going to lose his job. Not in the middle of the season, no.
But here's the thing.
I think it's a different reality though right now because we're game week. We're literally game week 18, and the 2 or 3 games hasn't happened. They have 1 win in their last 6, and United have had 10 games without losing. That's a big difference. While Lampard may have done that around game week 10, game week 5, where he takes maybe the odd loss, the whole 3-3 ties that he had with West Brom and however many other games that they had 3 goals scored on them. Mendy hasn't kept a clean sheet in his last 5 matches. After doing so, he already conceded 3 goals in the first 45 minutes, quicker than freaking Kepa did. Like, I think it's just to what Josue was saying, Lampard's I guess lack of experience to manage a star-studded squad, because again he doesn't even have a consistent 11. And
that's the next big thing right there. You just said it, star-studded squad. You mentioned it before. Timo Werner, Mendy, Havertz, Chilwell. They brought in
Pulisic 1 goal, Havertz 1 goal, Ziyech 1 goal.
Ziyech, yeah, they brought in. They spent over 200 million.
Tammy Abraham is leading that club for goals this season in the Premier League. I think that says it all.
And I think Giroud is second.
Yeah, I agree with you, Marco. Where a good run of results can definitely change the narrative. I mean, again, look at us. We're the prime example of that right now. Yeah, but it's different when your club has spent so much money.
I don't know, man.
And nothing to really show for it. I mean, they got Champions League, but they're already out.
But also, here's the thing. This is Chelsea, who are known for sacking their managers. Chelsea, who are known for sacking their managers. Arsenal, yeah, they sacked 2 managers within the past 2 seasons.
Yeah, one after they kept one for like 25 years.
Yeah, one manager because it was just Emery.
Okay,
it was interim.
Now look at Chelsea since 2000. How many managers have they had?
I would venture at saying 8. I think I can name 8.
And they hired a manager twice, Mourinho.
But he didn't get sacked the first time, did he?
Yeah, he
just left.
No, I think he did get sacked.
I thought he left the first time. He got sacked the second. I think he went to Real Madrid the first time.
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
And then he got.
But either way, he left.
Regardless, it's still happened. I mean, look, I do understand where you guys are coming from. It's part of me does agree with you guys, but at the same time, I'm seeing this, and I don't know, man. I just feel like he will be allowed to finish the season, and then they'll find somebody else. I don't think he'll end up being sacked right now.
I think his legendary status at the club is going to save him if he does stay.
That's
because
of
his iconic name at Stamford Bridge.
That's why I'm holding on off.
All right, but my last question is, Marco, do you think Lampard will be able to save Chelsea from finishing outside the top 4?
Oh, that's a tough call.
They're in 8th right now.
The thing is that they've been going up and down so much lately. The same way that you guys have.
It's down.
I know that they went down. They're right now in 9th place, if I'm not mistaken.
Right now.
Top 6, maybe.
I
would not catch myself saying top 4.
9th.
Yeah, but for having spent 250 million, would you take top 6?
No, that's the thing. He gets up to top 6, and then they get rid of him at the end of the season. And then then they spend a couple more $1 million.
I guess so.
Now that won't make sense to me at all.
I mean, nothing usually makes sense to any of us.
That won't make sense at all. Like, okay, you finish top 6 at the end of the season, get rid of him after the end of the season.
I mean,
I don't know.
It didn't make sense to me that Poch got rid of in the mid last season and brought Mourinho in. So that didn't make sense to me. But it still happened.
Point. Poch got you guys to the Champions League final, had a bad run of games, and then got sacked. That's a good point.
So I mean, nothing has to make sense to any of us because at the end of the day, it's them. It's their decision. My point of view is, I think just because of his legendary status, they will keep him for a little longer.
So what about City then? Last thoughts on City?
They are looking scary again. They're looking. They seem to turn the corner, but they're still missing a striker. So if they don't find an all-out striker this transfer window, at least somebody to kind of get them through the rest of the season, I don't really see them making a title race. But I mean, to what Edgar said before, they have 2 games in hand that is really, really big for them. I think they're games that they should win on paper too. So
technically,
I'm going to count that as a win for both of them. I just don't know if they're going to be able to continue this good form for the rest of the season because, again, they're another team that's been kind of, spotty as well every now and then.
Yeah. All right.
I don't know what anybody else thoughts.
Same, bro. I see him top 4, top 6.
I don't.
The thing is that
not even top 6. Top 4, I mean?
Top 4, Man City, no.
I'd see him up there. I personally, when it comes to the title race, don't ask me right now. I wouldn't be able to tell you who's going to win it. It's way, way, way too hard right now. I mean,
as she said. With that being said,
let's do it.
I think that's all we got, right, boys? Anything else?
Yes, sir.
All right, we are well over our time, but again, we do this for you, the listeners. We want you to join our bench. Come share your voice. Come share your thoughts, and just join the banter. Aside from that, that's all we got. We are the bench with the voice, where the bench is always warm. Peace, everybody.